This is a great little camera to just take around with you anywhere and just capture what's going on. Fantastic. Welcome back to a very last minute Clifton Cameras video. I arrived at the office this morning to find proudly perched upon my desk the brand new Fujifilm X T30 III, as well as the new XC13 to 33mm f3.5 to 6.3 OIS lens. But one of the huge positives is just look how compact and lightweight this is. Just jumped on the train, got straight here to Bristol. Now I'm going to put it through its paces. It should be a good one. It should be fun. I'm going to go through some of the key specs in just a second, but I figured as we're on the way, might as well get some images while we go.
When you're not here, life is insufferable. Don't be a stranger.
That was an image and no one can deny it, okay?
Darling, I fear, pause is impossible. 'Cause I want your love around no matter the cost. My heart all in pieces, I lost what I needed. My God, hate this feeling.
That was also an image which you can't deny. Don't worry, we're going to get in some key features in a second. And by in a second, I mean right now. Now, the XT30 III shares pretty much the same design and dimensions as the Mark II. However, there are some serious upgrades that separates it from its predecessor. You'll have to excuse me if I read some of this stuff off there. I've only just found out about it. So the camera features a back illuminated 26.1 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor. Now, this is not that much of an upgrade to the previous version. However, this is paired with the X Processor 5, which is significantly more powerful. I believe this can process photos up to 2 times faster than the last model. The body itself weighs in at just 378 grams, which includes the NP-W126S battery, as well as the memory card. So very compact and lightweight, same dimensions as the Mark II, as I said. And speaking of the battery, thanks to improved power efficiency, we can get up to 425 frames off a single charge. Something that I'm a big fan of, we've got the classic center style viewfinder. You don't often find these on cameras of this size, so that's a welcome addition for me. I really enjoy it. I prefer being able to put my eye up to the viewfinder and compose that way as opposed to having to do it through the LCD screen. The Mark III comes equipped with a film simulation dial so that you can easily switch between film sims. This includes 20 in all, including Reala Ace and Nostalgia Neg. You'll also notice that the dial has 3 customizable positions, FS1 to FS3, that allow you to create your own custom recipes. Now, I have no doubt there are going to be some customers who are going to be complaining about the fact that there isn't a drive dial on the camera with the film simulation one replacing it instead. However, it is easy to access. You simply press this button here and you get a drop-down menu, and you can dial all of those settings in very, very easily, so it's not too bad. The Mark III has the same pop-up flash and an auto shooting mode switch lever as the Mark II, as well as a rear LCD monitor with a 1.62 million dot tilt structure, which makes composing shots easy from high or low angles. As I said, personally I like to be able to use the viewfinder, but it's always nice to know that you've got the option to use the LCD display as well. And lastly, there's an ergonomically designed grip that fits comfortably in your hand despite the camera's compact and lightweight body. So I've already mentioned the compact nature of the camera. That makes it very easy to use in a city such as Bristol, as we are in now. And I'm going to try and get some street photography. It's not my forte, but we'll have a go with it, especially as we've got the 13 to 33mm lens with us. It gives us an equivalent of 20 to 50mm, I believe. But we'll get into more about the lens a bit later. But the shutter speeds of this camera are pretty impressive. We have up to 8 frames per second with the mechanical shutter, and up to 30 frames per second with the electronic shutter, which is pretty impressive for a camera of this size, should I say. This is also backed up by an impressive autofocus system. We've got subject detection, as usual, with the people, birds, auto, train, you know, all the thing. Having said that, I've just looked at the specs again, and apparently we have a drone feature as well as a subject detection, so I've not seen that before, at least I don't think I have anyway. So yeah, we're going to go and have a go with that now, I think, and see what we can get. Yep. All right, this guy is a performer. This guy's a performer. He's digging it. Come on. Obviously, this isn't the ideal lens for something like this. So I was trying to get some pictures of the moving pigeons and squirrels there, but they were proving quite elusive. It's almost as if they don't want their pictures taken. It's just rude, selfish and rude. Trying to do a review. At my age, I have become accustomed to being ignored and realised that it was best to not waste time and simply move on. I took a few images on my way to the museum, which was conveniently just around the corner, and upon arriving was greeted with this lovely message. Though once again my age and experience kicked in and told me that this was just a lie. Figured I'd pop into the museum, get some bits and pieces in here. Every single time I've come to Bristol it's always been closed, so it's nice it's finally open. Let's do this. It was indeed nice that it was open, as it provided me with a wealth of subjects to test out the X T30 III and was also much better suited to the 13 to 33mm lens. But what are the shutter speeds that I was so keen to put to the test? We'll get back to the shutter speeds in just a second, but this is too good an opportunity for me to miss. There's a lot of good stuff here. Fair enough. As I just mentioned, this was a much better test for the lens, which provided me with a wide angle that allowed me to get everything in frame, along with a close focusing distance of just 20 centimeters, which allowed me to get up close for more detailed shots. I soon became immersed in the museum, as the Mark III was so lightweight and comfortable to use that it became a part of me. Not in a weird way, you understand, more that I was able to forget that I was using it and simply capture what I saw without distraction. The longer I spent using the camera, I became acutely aware of a familiar yet distant sensation. Could it be that I was reacquainting myself with that long-forgotten state known as fun? It had been many a year since I had known such a thing. So I've gotten completely distracted from the shutter speed stuff with the museum, and I've actually just been having fun, which is something I forget to do with cameras. Sometimes when I'm doing these reviews. This is a great little camera to just take around with you anywhere and just capture what's going on. Fantastic. Oh, what's going on in here? Let's do some video. Oh, actually, do you know what? This could be... Right, I'm just going to try something out here with this video screen to test out some of the slow motion of the video. Let's go. 120 frames per second, full HD. I don't think that's a real person. I was getting ahead of myself there. We're going to go into the video specs in a bit, but yeah, this is capable of some pretty fast frames per second in regards to the video side of things. So I think we'll get back out on the streets now and we'll see what we can do out on the main streets, you know what I'm saying? We're back to shutter speeds. I'm here at the dock. I'm going to try and get some 30 frames. Hang on, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Finally, I was able to capture some moving targets and show off the fast shutter speeds of the X T30 III. Not only was the speed of the camera impressive, but the subject detection autofocus kept everything sharp and in focus. The 13 to 33mm was obviously not an ideal lens for capturing wildlife, but I think it did an admirable job, and you can clearly see what the camera is capable of with this demonstration. So I was just able to demonstrate the 30 frames per second there that you can get with the electronic shutter. I was very impressed with that. It was pretty cool. But I also got full HD 240 frames per second, which this camera is capable of. And that's a good enough segue, I think, to go into some of the video specs of this camera, which we'll do thusly. We have some very impressive video specs indeed. The camera is capable of 6.2K up to 30p, 422 10-bit internal recording. Not only that, we've got a wealth of high frames that you can capture for some buttery smooth slow motion. This includes the aforementioned full HD at up to 240 frames per second, as well as 4K at up to 60 frames per second, which is aided by powerful digital image stabilization to make sure that everything stays buttery smooth with no shakes, which is more than can be said for me a lot of the time. I have to say I'm really enjoying this at the moment. I'm having a really good time. It's a fun camera. So I think that's about everything I'm going to do with this camera today. I've had a great time with it, but might as well go through the lens quickly because I haven't really spoken too much about it. So it is, of course, the Fujifilm XC 13 to 33mm f3.5 to 6.3 OIS lens. And this gives us a 35mm equivalent of 20 to 50 millimeters. So, you know, quite much more on the wide side of things, but it's great for a city scape like this. Escape, is that the right way of looking at it? I am out of the office for the day, to be fair. All of the imagery that you've seen, both photo and video, has been taken with this lens throughout the day. It's the only lens I've been using, so you've already seen plenty of examples of it. It's a very simplified design with a zoom ring and a focus ring, and it has a 49mm diameter. for the filter. So yeah, very lightweight, and it just matches up with the X-T30 III perfectly. I've really enjoyed it a lot. So that's me done with the X-T30 Mark III and the 13 to 33mm lens. I've had a great time with it. It's been real fun actually, walking around the city with this compact lightweight camera. You've got all the film simulation dials, you've got all the drive modes that are so easily accessible. It's absolutely fantastic. You've got all these frames per second that you can capture with it. It's a great content creator's camera as well as the photography side of things. So yeah, I've had, yeah, it does a lot. It does a lot for a tiny little compact camera. I've had a good time with it. As always, if you do want further information, make sure that you click the link in the description. Leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really does help to boost the channel. Until the next time, I'll see you then, whenever that may be. I've got quite a few more videos coming up soon, actually, so you'll see me soon, or maybe perhaps not. Perhaps you won't want to. Just. I'll see you. Bye.
We don't know.